Welcome to the Boxing Chronicles. Today we begin an unforgettable journey into the life of the man who became more than a boxer. More than a champion, he became a symbol of courage, resilience, and greatness. His name was Muhammad Ali, born as Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., and remembered forever as the greatest. Ali's story begins in Louisville, Kentucky, in 1942. A young boy, full of energy and spirit, Cassius Clay grew up in a time when the world was divided, when opportunities were limited, but his dreams were limitless. At the age of 12, destiny stepped in. His bicycle was stolen, and in anger he reported it to a police officer named Joe Martin. But instead of just filing a report, Joe Martin offered him a path. He introduced Cassius to the boxing gym. That single moment would change history forever. Inside the gym, young Clay found his calling. He was fast, he was sharp, and most importantly, he had the determination to rise above everyone else. Unlike most fighters, he wasn't just relying on power. He had speed, rhythm, and a style no one had ever seen before. He famously said, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." By the time he was a teenager, he was already making waves. He trained with unmatched discipline, often running in the streets of Louisville, punching bags until his hands ached, and visualizing himself as the best boxer in the world. His confidence was not arrogance, it was belief. Belief in his destiny. In 1960, that belief turned into reality. At just 18 years old, Cassius Clay represented the United States at the Rome Olympics. With lightning speed and unmatched agility, he fought his way to the top, winning the gold medal in the light heavyweight division. The world had just witnessed the birth of a future legend. But this was just the beginning. Cassius Clay was no longer just a boy from Louisville. He was a name that people around the world started to recognize. The way he moved, the way he spoke, the way he carried himself, it was different. He was not just a boxer, he was a performer, an entertainer, and above all, a fighter who believed in greatness. As we close this first part of Muhammad Ali's journey, remember, legends are not born overnight. They are shaped by struggle, discipline, and an unshakable belief in themselves. Muhammad Ali's childhood and Olympic victory laid the foundation for a career that would inspire generations. As Muhammad Ali rose to fame, the boxing world began to realize that he was not just another fighter. His footwork was unmatched, moving so lightly that opponents could barely touch him. His style was unique. He would dance, keep his hands low, and taunt his rivals with words that made headlines. Ali wasn't just boxing with his fists, he was boxing with his mind. He once said, "I'm the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was." And the world began to believe it. In 1964, at only 22 years old, Ali shocked the world by defeating Sonny Liston, the reigning heavyweight champion. Nobody thought the young fighter could win, but Ali's speed, strategy, and confidence proved unstoppable. After that victory, he declared himself the greatest of all time, a title that would stay with him forever. This was the turning point. Muhammad Ali had become a legend, but Ali's journey was not just about victories in the ring. Outside boxing, he was a man of conviction and courage. Soon after winning the championship, he announced that he had joined Islam and changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. Many were shocked, but Ali stood firm, saying that this was his true identity and that he would never be afraid to live by his beliefs. Then came one of the biggest challenges of his life. In the late 1960s, during the Vietnam War, Ali refused to be drafted into the army. His reason was clear. He said, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." This decision cost him dearly. He was banned from boxing, stripped of his title, and faced years of criticism. But Ali never backed down. He believed in justice, and he was ready to sacrifice everything for his principles. His courage outside the ring made him a hero to millions who admired his stand against injustice. As Muhammad Ali's journey comes to a close, we are left with more than just the story of a legendary boxer. We are left with the wisdom of a man who taught us that courage, self-belief, and compassion can turn any ordinary person into a true champion. His fights were not only in the boxing ring, but also in life, against challenges, doubts, and struggles. And through it all, he inspired millions across the world. Even today, Muhammad Ali's legacy reminds us that greatness is not about wealth or fame, but about how many lives you touch with your courage and kindness. His voice still echoes, reminding us to never give up, to stand tall, and to always believe in ourselves, no matter how tough life becomes. This was the inspiring life story of Muhammad Ali. the greatest of all time. Thank you for staying with us till the end of this video. You are watching the Boxing Chronicles, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends so that we can continue bringing you more inspiring and powerful stories. Stay connected, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next video.